Coming up tonight on YCN News, U.S. Senator from Vermont, Bernie Sanders, speaks about a new bill to help veterans receive timely medical care. Jim Rubens, Republican challenger for the seat of U.S. Senator Jeanne Shaheen, opens new campaign headquarters in New Hampshire. And the Brattleboro Select Board continues to mull over making Martin Luther King Jr. an official town holiday. For more news, weather, and sports, it's time for YCN, your local view.
Now, your daily digest of the Dartmouth Lake Sunapee region, southern Vermont, and Windsor County. News, sports, weather, and all that is happening in our area. The news on YCN, your local view.
Good evening, and welcome to this Wednesday edition of YCN News. I'm Rose Spillman. The person and the place of a news conference today in Vermont says it all. U.S. Senator from Vermont, Bernie Sanders, spoke about a new bill aimed at getting military veterans timely medical care. Senators and Republican Senator Jeff Miller of Florida are the chief architects of a bill improving medical services for all vets. Sanders, today at the VA Medical Center in White River Junction, will travel tomorrow to Virginia. That's where President Barack Obama will sign into law the bill approved by Congress last week.
There is a lot yet to be done that I'm going to fight for. But I think what we did, all in all, was a very significant step forward.
Key features of the bill allow a vet to seek private medical care at private health centers or doctors if he or she cannot get a first appointment in 30 days. And veterans who live 40 or more miles away from a full-service VA health center and hospital can seek private medical help closer to home. One of the Republican challengers for U.S. Senator from New Hampshire, Jeanne Shaheen's congressional seat, is in Manchester today. As the date of the September 9th state primary nears, so does the campaign season heat up. Jim Rubens toured downtown Manchester today, important because he opened a new campaign headquarters there. The site itself brings more visibility to passers-by. It's at 95 Eddy Street, a building facing I-293. Rubens is a former state senator and a resident of Etna near Hanover. If elected to the U.S. Senate, he says he will limit himself to 2 terms and return his Senate pension to taxpayers. He also will not become a lobbyist, potentially earning millions of dollars after he leaves Washington. Also battling for Shaheen's seat is former U.S. Senator and Republican Bob Smith and former U.S. Senator from Massachusetts Scott Brown. Karen Testerman, also a Republican, has since dropped out of the race. 3 new bills are being signed into law today by New Hampshire Governor Maggie Hassan. The bills cover a myriad of topics. Senate Bill 394 recognizes out-of-state same-sex marriages or civil unions. House Bill 597 mandates a drug-free workplace at 4 licensed healthcare facilities. On a related note, House Bill 658 requires registration for medical technicians. Bills 597 and 658 were drafted by the state legislature after the 2012 hepatitis C outbreak at Exeter Hospital. The technician behind the outbreak, David Kwiatkowski, is now serving a 39-year federal prison sentence for his actions that caused hospital patients to become infected with the incurable disease. It's a holiday that happens in January, yet the Brattleboro Select Board continues to mull over making Martin Luther King Jr. an official town holiday. The board, the Brattleboro Reformer notes, is taking its time in weighing the decision. Monday, January 19, 2015, is the next Martin Luther King Jr. holiday. The third Monday in January marks the day the federal government honors King's legacy. In Brattleboro, town offices are open and the day is a work day for town employees. This varies throughout the state, however. Issues affecting the Select Board's decision to make King's observance also a town holiday include cost. Board member Donna Maycomber asked other panel members what it would cost to give town employees the day off, and if any paid holidays would be taken away with new January holiday. The matter will be discussed again at a future board meeting. When YCN News returns, we'll continue with more news.
The YCN News continues in a moment.
Welcome back to YCN News. I'm Rose Spillman. Where to site a new 6,500 square foot skateboard park in Brattleboro remains a project for the town select board. Monday night, the Brattleboro Reformer reports, board members met with town officials to see possible places for the new park. 4 sites have been eyed, and the select board also looked at a 5th possibility. It is understood by planners that no one site is perfect. Yet the location with the most promise is at Living Memorial Park near the Kiwanis Shelter, reports the Reformer. Factors influencing the final park decision include restroom facilities and transportation. If a young skateboarder lacks transportation to the park, some sites may be scratched from the list. And the chosen location cannot be in an isolated area. If you're looking for a way to combine some Vermont history into your day, keep in mind August 16th. Known as Bennington Battle Day, this Vermont state holiday marks colonial forces' victory over the British. In keeping with tradition, August 16th is the day when admission to Vermont's 8 historical sites is free. August 16th falls on a Saturday, allowing for a festive weekend. In Bennington, a reenactment of the battle will make history come alive for visitors and participants. An encampment recreating people's lives in the 18th century also will feature the occasional firing of cannons from the American Revolution. 2 other historic sites will highlight Vermont's role in the American Revolution. These locations are in Hubbardton and Orwell. The Hubbardton battlefield, outside of Rutland, marks the site of the only Revolutionary battle fought on Vermont soil. Or consider going to the Old Constitution House in Windsor, or the Eureka Schoolhouse in Springfield. Vermont's 2 presidential sites, including the President Chester A. Arthur Historic Site in Fairfield and the President Calvin Coolidge State Historic Site in Plymouth Notch. Chimney Point in Addison near Middlebury, and the Justin Smith Memorial Homestead in Stratford. To learn more about these sites, go online to historicvermont.org. The retail landscape in the Upper Valley continues to evolve, especially along Sykes Mountain Avenue. Look for a new location for American Legion Post 26 now that Hartford, Vermont town planners have given the post approval to design a site along the much-trafficked corridor, the Valley News reports. The post will renovate the upstairs of the former Pines Motel. Plans call for the 5,600 square foot upper level to be gutted and renovated to meet the post's needs. This includes a new meeting hall, lounge room with a bar, and place to heat up meals, the paper notes. More social activities will enhance membership, says Post 26 Commander Dan Reed. Also headed for a new use along that same strip is a new car dealership. Gone will be the bowling alley Upper Valley Lanes. Its 45,000 square foot place will be the car's store. The Valley News reports the auto dealership will sell and service Subarus. Approval for the car store's plans could come tonight. Welcome back to YCN News. I'm Rose Spillman. Now, Matt McDonald will have a look at our weather for the next few days and then move on to sports.
Thanks, Rose. Tonight we'll have patchy fog after 2 a.m. with mostly clear skies and lows in the 50s. Tomorrow morning will be foggy, and then we'll have a 50% chance of showers and thunderstorms after 10 a.m. Skies will be partly cloudy with a high of 76 degrees and winds up to 10 miles per hour. Thursday night will be partly cloudy with lows in the 50s and winds around 5 miles per hour. Friday will be sunny with highs in the 80s and calm winds. Friday night will be mostly clear with a low of 53 degrees. We may be hit by some of these storms Thursday and Thursday night. Otherwise, we are looking at a clear and sunny end of the week. Now let's see what's coming up on our community calendar. Tomorrow in Woodstock, Vermont, the Island Time Steel Drums will be on the Village Green from noon to 1 p.m. In New London, New Hampshire, the Walden Chamber Players will be at the First Baptist Church at 7:30 p.m. Then at 8 p.m., the community band will perform in Claremont at Broad Street Park. Remember, you can submit local events from your community by sending them to news@ycnnow.com. Last night, the New Hampshire Fisher Cats won a great game. They faced Erie in an away game. The final score was 7-4. At the top of the first, Corey Aldridge singles on a ground ball. Dalton Pompey scores in the play. At the top of the third, Aldridge singles again, leading to a run by John Birdie. In the top of the fourth, Matt Newman sends 2 players to home plate. The Fisher Cats will continue their 3-game series with Erie with game number 2. We will keep you updated on the results.